Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for attending today's public hearing. We're going to talk about two bills. First, introductory number 11 is sponsored by Council members Ignacio, Eugene, Williams, and 47 of their colleagues. This important bill amends the New York City Building Code to increase the number of life-saving carbon monoxide detectors in our city. Carbon monoxide is a colorless, odorless gas that can be deadly when inhaled. Each year, about 200 people are hospitalized because of accidental carbon monoxide poisoning, and people obviously die needlessly because of lack of detection. This legislation requires a carbon monoxide detector system in assembly spaces in new buildings that are equipped with fire alarms. Existing buildings will be grandfathered in. They will only be required to install a carbon monoxide detector system when they replace their fire alarm systems. The Department of Buildings will develop rules and standards for how the detectors will be sited and installed. The City Council held a first hearing on March 17th and approved this legislation on April 10th of this year. I'd like to thank staff from the Department of Buildings, the City Law Department, and my Office of City Legislative Affairs. I'd also like to thank the City Council, and especially Councilmember Ignacio, for adopting this important legislation, which will help make us all safer. And let's see if we have any public testimony on this bill. Has anyone signed up? All right. We will move on, running an efficient government as we do, to the second bill. Second bill before us, introductory number 256, is sponsored at the request of the administration by Councilmember Jalissa Ferreras. Intro number 256 extends the date for the submission of the mayor's proposed executive budget to the City Council from April 26th of this year to May 8th. It also extends the date for adoption of the fiscal year 2015 budget from June 5th, 2014 to June 18th, 2014. The bill also makes corresponding adjustments for other charter-mandated actions required during the budget process, such as the dates for Borough President budget responses, Independent Budget Office budget analysis, and the City Council executive budget hearings. This legislation is necessary to allow sufficient time to refine the budget proposal prior to submission to the City Council. It also ensures the Council has an appropriate amount of time to conduct their due diligence. The City Council held a public hearing on this proposed measure and approved the legislation on April 10th. I'd like to thank OMB Director Dean Foulahan and his staff for their work on this bill. I also want to thank the City Council and especially Chair Ferreras for helping to ensure passage of this legislation. I'd like to see if anyone would like to testify on this. No. A moment en español. Hoy estoy firmando dos importantes leyes. La primera requiere detectores de monóxido de carbono en espacios públicos. La segunda extiende la fecha límite para someter el presupuesto ejecutivo del 26 de abril al 8 de mayo. With that, I will sign these pieces of legislation.
Couple, sir. Just a couple. Yeah. I think you have enough.
I think I have enough pen. I said that's 10. That is 10 surplus. Let me tell you. Thank you very much. Thanks for your good work. All right, thanks, everyone.